Hey guys, welcome to another episode of a Gridiron Football Player of the Week show. I'm your host, Jace LeJeune, and this is week 8. This is flying by. This is actually week 9, but we're recapping week 8. It's crazy that the season's flown by as it has already. And I'm joined by Coach Blake Wheeler of the Delta Charter Storm alongside our Gridiron Football Player of the Week for week 8, and that's Tyrin Singleton. First of all, Tyrin, congratulations on the win, and I don't think you've ever been a part of a game as crazy as the one we're about to go over, but
Mhm.
84-82. Yeah, don't adjust your hearing there. That was the final score of that one. 4 overtimes it took for the Storm to win that football game, and you were a big part of it. Tyron, we'll go over your stats in just a minute. But first of all, welcome to the show, and congratulations on winning Ground Football Player of the Week.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And coach, before we go over the stats and go over his numbers from that game, have you ever been anything a part of a game like that? I mean, 84, 82, 4 overtimes. I mean, that's y'all played well into the night. I got to admit. So, recap this one and where does this rank as far as craziest games that you've been a part of?
Craziest games. Like I said, I've been coaching 18 years, and man, it's at the top. I mean, it's at the top. We've had some good ones here over the years, and I've been a part of some good ones at other places. But this is by far the craziest game that I've ever been a part of, and I think it just speaks to the determination of our young men to be able to finish strong in a game like that, and to be able to match them score for score.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of scoring going on that night. I'm sure for both defensive coordinators, it was a night to forget. I gotta admit. But let's talk about the reason why you're on this list, Tyron. Let's talk about your game because I get winded just reading your stat line. I mean, you actually did it. So, um, 38 carries, 369 yards, 5 touchdowns, had also 2 2-point conversions in the game as well. And first of all, Coach, I'm gonna go with you first, and then obviously Tyron can elaborate on it as well. But talk about Tyron's performance and how much of a difference it really made for y'all to get a win like that, including a shootout like the one y'all had on Friday.
It's just amazing to watch. You know, Tyron has been a receiver for us, the past few years. And I told him uh, as we came into the season, I said, I'm thinking about making a move and moving you to running back. And he was like, yeah, I don't know, coach. I really like wide receiver. And I told him, I was like, well, I said, we're going to need you at running back. And after he got his feet underneath him, I think he started to like it a little bit. So, he's just been phenomenal for us this year. Anytime we need yardage, anytime we need a big play, we always turn to him, and he always delivers. You know, going through a game like this, you kind of worry about your kids tiring out towards the end, but he's exactly the opposite. He gets stronger as the game goes on, and it's just amazing as a coach. It's amazing to watch somebody of his caliber play the game.
And Tyron, you're the one that did it, so you get a chance to talk about your performance and how that ranks. So Tyron, talk about that game. Did you feel pretty good going into this one, knowing that you're probably going to have a good game? Did you expect running for 340 yards and 5 touchdowns entering this one?
I ain't think I was gonna have a good game like that because at first I started off a little slow. Then as the game went on, I had proceeded to get better and better, and I didn't know I had that many touchdowns until a few days after, and I was surprised.
Yeah, exactly. And coach, did those 2 2-point conversions, did they come in overtime or was that in regulation?
I think he had one in overtime and he had one in regulation. I think,
Okay.
but they were really big. Every point in that game mattered. I
Mhm.
mean, and that's obvious with the score.
Yeah, well, I did the math. I'm not great at math, coach. That's why I'm doing something like this. So not great with crunching up the numbers, but I know he accounted for like what 39 of the 84. So it wasn't just. I mean, he was the one that highlighted the performance. But talk about some of the other guys that had great games that night.
Will Wiley, our quarterback, he had a great game. He had several touchdowns. I think he ended up with 4 or 5 touchdowns as well. Um, these two are an amazing 1-2 punch. They they feed off of each other. They're both seniors. So it's fun to watch them play. We got 5 senior offensive linemen that block for these guys. Hakeem Johnson is a junior that runs a lot of our jet sweep plays. And also when this one gets a little bit tired, gives him a break in the backfield. And Hakeem had over 100 yards and a score or two. And, it's just a great night offensively for us.
And Coach elaborated to it earlier, Tyrin, but your position changed from receiver to running back. For you, how was that transition for you? And when did you feel like at what point, I guess, did you feel like, hey, I can do this? Like I can play this running back position. It ain't too bad. So like at what point what do you think was the transition like for you from position to position?
I think Jamboree, because I didn't know how to feel at first, but when I went back there, I felt a lot confident. Got great blocks, hitting the outside of stuff. So I just felt good at running back.
And also Tyron, I mean, isn't your brother Javari as
Yes,
well?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I know Javari played in our bowl game last year. So what was it like playing with your brother, and what are some advice he's given you, knowing that you are the senior leader for this year's team?
It was good playing with him, but we always used to compete and stuff. So he knowing the best one now. He know I'm better than him now.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, you gotta be the better. Like, hey, you gotta admit that you're better because, like, that's kind of that a sibling rivalry, like growing up. Like playing whether it's like being competitive in whatever sport or games or whatever. You gotta admit that you're the better one. So those younger brothers have a little bit chip on their shoulder. So I definitely get that. Coach, I mean, talk about the season y'all have had because y'all really had a great season and y'all in line for a potential district championship as well. Y'all undefeated in district, coming in, I believe, 6-1 on the year. So, yeah, talk about the ending of the season. I know that y'all have big game left. I believe is it this week coming up or next week against Frederick?
We have Block this week, and then we have St. Frederick next Thursday. Yes.
Right. So we got 2 more games left and an opportunity. I mean, I know that St. Frederick game is a big game down the road, but just for tonight, y'all got a big game tonight as well. Just to finish on a strong note and just go into the postseason with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, all season long, these kids have they've bonded, they've gotten stronger throughout the season, and I think we're playing our best football right now. Like I said, a lot of credit to General Trass. Those guys were. Mm-hmm. Man, they were really, really good. Coach Wells does a great job with their program. Very respectful kids, very determined kids. And it was tough for a team to have to lose that game, because it hurt. It definitely hurt for those guys. And but as far as our team, we've got a lot of senior leadership, a lot of guys who step up. And I think that's going to give us a lot of momentum going into the playoffs.
And 4 overtimes, that's saying a lot about your team being able to win a game like that as the ups and the downs and being able to continue this game on. So what is a game like this, winning in the fashion that y'all did, talk about the mental toughness, right? To overcome a lot of that, continue to play this football game when you're tired. It's not like this is y'all 5A program. Like this is
right.
a 1A program. So talk about what it meant for this team to get a win like that and just find a way mentally because you're exhausted at that point, but find a way mentally to win this one at the end.
Well, both teams had several kids playing both ways, and I was just amazed. I mean, we played, well over 3 hours worth of football. And every time that we would score, that they would score, and our kids would come to the sideline, myself and my coaches, we were constantly in their ear, that's fine. We'll battle all night if we have to, da-da-da-da-da. But it takes the kids believing. It takes the kids believing in that and believing in themselves to be able to push past that certain point, and my hat's off to all of them because I don't, even in my playing days, I don't know how well I would have done with that, man. That was just amazing to see those kids just fight and just push through that adversity. and overcome. And I think that's going to carry him a long way in life too.
So, how tired were you, Tyron, at the end of this one? Were you pretty tired after this one last Friday?
I wouldn't say I was tired, but I was relieved because it was a long game.
Great word. Great word.
Yeah, relieve is definitely a really good word for that one.
Yes.
Now, looking at your touchdowns, you had 5 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. For you, if you reflect back on this game, what touchdown or what play you think will stand out to you most? Which touchdown or which play you made during that game that you think about probably the most?
Probably during the overtime because after I scored that one, Will Waller had came and got a 2-point conversion, and then I ain't know how to feel after that.
I can't imagine. I mean, y'all pretty much played 5 quarters. I mean, when you add in 4 overtimes, that's pretty much like 5 quarters of work if you think about it. So, incredible game, 84-82. Like you said, Coach, it was one of those games that no team deserved a loss. I mean, as far as how both teams fought and how they fought, and just overcame adversity and bounced back, and like it was a team that, yeah, it was a game that no team deserved to lose that night.
Right.
That for sure. Now, really moving forward, let's talk a little bit about Tyron. I know he's a shy young guy, a man of few words, lets his play do the talking. So, Coach, I'm gonna let you get an opportunity we're playing these highlights as we're doing this show, so we'll get an opportunity to get his name out there a little bit more. But for college coaches, for I guess like scouts that are looking for a player like Tyron, what kind of player, not only player, but what kind of student athlete will they get if they have a player like Tyrin Singleton in their program?
Well, first of all, they're going to get a fantastic young man, someone whose mother has done a wonderful job raising him. Very respectful, yes sir, no sir guy. Is going to come to work every day and give you everything he's got. He's a guy that has good grades. His academics are of high priority to him. I think he's going to be a great teammate, a great fit in any college program that he goes to. And of course his athletic ability really speaks for itself. He's an explosive player. If we need somebody to lock down somebody on defense, Tyron's the one that goes in. He carries the ball on offense. He runs pass routes. He's everything that you want in a back or a receiver. He's one of those kids that's a very special kid and somebody that I think very highly of.
And Tyron, this is your opportunity to shine, right? So this is your opportunity to promote yourself to college coaches, why they should go and recruit you.
Cause I'm respectful. I listen, do everything 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
I got nothing else to say.
Yep, that's pretty much it, right? A man, a few words, but hey, like let your actions do the talking. I know you do a good job of doing that, Tyron. Now, moving forward, guys, like we said, y'all have a block tonight. Y'all have General Trass. Y'all just play General Trass. Y'all don't want to play.
Yeah, we don't want to play General Trass again. We
at the end of the year. So these next 2 games, really looking forward to the playoff bracket as well. That why should teams start to worry if they see y'all in the bracket? So what is it about this team that you like so much, Coach, and why y'all think y'all can make a run for the Superdome at the end of the year?
Well, win, lose, or draw, these kids aren't going to quit. They're going to play to the final whistle, till the clock goes off. Doesn't matter the score. We're going to go in there with the same mindset and the same mentality that we're going to do what we do, and may the best team come out on top. That's kind of our mentality. We believe in our team. We believe in our players. And most importantly, they believe in each other. So I think that's pretty much it.
And then, Tyron, for you, why does this version of the Delta Charter Storm, why they can make a run, not only to win the district championship, but make a run at perhaps the Superdome at the end of the year?
Everybody pay attention, come to work every day. Dang. I forgot what I was about
to say. Like, you just have to watch, right? I mean, just
everybody always competing at practice. So,
yep, absolutely. Just take your pretty much take your head down. Just go and play and practice hard, and and just continue to prepare like y'all been preparing all season long, and then hopefully that work shows up in the playoffs. So, last thing before I let y'all guys go, because y'all got a game in a couple of hours, so I don't want to let y'all hold back too much. But the last question I want to ask y'all. So, the reason how the Gridiron Football Player of the Week works is that we get a lot of nominations. I mean, not only from Louisiana but from the South as well, and we narrow it down to about maybe 10 or 15 that we think, oh, like I can see that being Player of the Week for sure. And then we let the fans get involved, and let the communities get involved, and that's what we did here. And we were monitoring it pretty much ever since we opened the polls up on Tuesday, and you're like, man, it's gonna be coming down to the end. I mean, and it really did. I mean, Delta Charter and Franklinton. I mean, really shout out to both these two communities. They were going all out supporting Tyrin, and also our other quarterback Jacob Crane as well from Franklinton. So it came down to those two gentlemen, and at the end it was Delta Charter coming up on top. And I felt bad for Franklinton, because if it was any other week, they probably would have won.
Right.
Just like the luck of the draw. But over 22,000 votes, Tyron. You think about that. 22,000 votes for you to win this award. So, what does that have to say about the Delta Char community, the school, the program? What does that really have to say about the community coming back and supporting you? I mean, imagine that, over 20,000 votes going towards you. That has to be something to think about.
It shows a lot of support, how they support they athletes and stuff. So it was it was it was a tough one. It was a tough battle.
You're sweating out. I'm sure you're involved in the voting process a little bit, just a little bit, huh?
Hmm.
But get a couple votes for yourself as well. Coach, what do you have to say about Delta Charter? I mean, they really came up and really did a great job of supporting this, and did all that they could to help Tyron win this award. So, what do you have to say about really the school community and the administration and everybody that was involved that helped Tyron get this award?
It's just amazing. We small town, small school, 1A school, but the support that we have from everybody here, from kindergarten all the way up through our seniors, I mean, it's just amazing. Our teacher support, our administrative support, they never failed to put everything out on Facebook and on our website and announce it to the classes and send it through emails. They were really pushing, for this young man to get this honor, and I told him up front, I said, guys, just being nominated is a wonderful honor. I said, winning this thing is incredible. It's just absolutely amazing, and we're thankful for you guys for doing this for these student athletes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there was maybe a period there too during class. It's like, hey, y'all don't have to do any homework or anything. Just vote for Tyron. We'll see get as much votes as we can. So I'm sure there was a period down there, maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday or something. Maybe during
no comment. No comment.
no comment. I love that. I love that, guys. Well, I appreciate both of y'all for coming on. I really do. I know it's game day. Y'all preparing for a game tonight, so I do really appreciate it. And guys, if y'all in the area, for sure, keep an eye out on Delta Char this year. I mean, this is a team that we haven't probably talked about as much as we should, but right now, I mean, 6-1, only one loss, and that was to a really good Faraday team. And we look at coming off a really exciting win against a really good General Trass team. Like you mentioned, Coach Wells does a great job with his program. So huge win for Delta Char, have a chance to win the district championship, and they could be a factor as well to make a big playoff run. Coach Wheeler, I appreciate your time. Tyron, thanks for joining, man. And you got something that your brother didn't win, and that's Gridiron Football Player of the Week. So there we go. We won't bring it all together. Well, guys, to wrap it up, in case the Delta Charter School is wondering, okay, what does Tyron win? Well, he's actually going to be receiving a Letterman jacket patch tonight, actually. So Andy Bryson, Gridiron Football CEO, will be driving up to cover that Delta Charter block game tonight, and then he'll also be presenting Tyron with the Letterman jacket patch, a certificate. So, and I believe he may even have another surprise for the school, because, to be honest with you, it's as much of an individual accomplishment as it is a school, a community accomplishment, coming back and supporting your players. So congratulations to Tyrin Singleton for being a Gridiron Football Player of the Week. For more information and more about Tyrin's performance, you can find it on our website at gridironfootballusa.com. We'll also have it pinned up on the social media for a couple of days with Tyrin being announced as our Player of the Week. So appreciate y'all guys. Congratulations, Tyrin. Thanks, Coach Wheeler.
Yes, sir.
The rest of the season.
All right. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is Jace LeJeune from Gridiron Football. We'll see y'all next week on our Gridiron Football Player of the Week show.